The Lionel Messi and the Cristiano Ronaldo of Nigerian comedy is undoubtedly, without any question, Broda Shaggi and Mr. Marcaroni. No disrespect to the other surviving, thriving, and also doing well comedians. While the other ones are doing well, and these guys are doing mega. While the other guys are making hits, these guys are blowing hits. While the sky is the limit for the other guys, these guys are shooting for the stars. When it comes to skits, and I am talking about skits and not stand-up comedy or other forms of comedy, these guys have no rival. They have no equal. They are the undisputed number one and number two, on whichever way you say it. Now let's take them one by one. Broda Shaggi. This guy is a very funny genius, a very dynamic individual. He started his comedy with a female character, giving interviews and answering questions in a nonsensical way. This character he called Auntie Shaggi. From there, Shaggi has diversified into many characters. Sometimes he's a doctor, sometimes he's a keke driver, sometimes he's a police officer, sometimes he's a mechanic, sometimes he's a shoemaker, sometimes he's a taxi driver. He has even played a professor. In fact, there is no character that Broda Shaggi does not incorporate into his comedy these days. The guy is versatile. Now he also has his interview section, but now as a man, no more Auntie Shaggi. Apart from that, he has gone on to appear in movies with a lot of stars. He has performed in big shows. He has performed in nightclubs. To his fans, is the Lionel Messi of comedy. And they buttress this fact with the fact that he has more followership on the social media than Mr. Marcaroni. But this can be attributed to the fact that he started years before Mr. Marcaroni. Then let's come to Marcaroni. Mr. Marcaroni is known as a womanizer. He plays this character mainly, that of a womanizer. Many of his skits shows his escapades with the female gender, how he ends up being used, and how he gets into trouble with his wife because of the female gender. With phrases like, "You're doing well," "Fantabulous," "Hey!" Mr. Marcaroni has captured the hearts of millions and millions of Nigerians and Africans in general. But Mr. Marcaroni did not stop there, even though that is where he started. Now he has diversified. He still plays his big man role, but not always chasing after women, but rather into different other endeavors, where he still brings out his funny self. He has this thing with his daughter, where men come to marry her. He also has these situations with his wife, where she finds him, where she goes after him. Now he does business and gets swindled. Now he gets played by artisans, but all still are the same big man. To his millions of fans, Mr. Marcaroni is the undisputed Lionel Messi of Naija comedy. They buttress this fact that though he has lower social media following than Broda Shaggi, he's a very conscious activist. He gives back to the people more than Broda Shaggi. In fact, we have not seen Broda Shaggi doing anything like a giveaway or whatever. But Marcaroni is always there. He's always giving to people. He's always giving to the poor. He's always fighting for the poor masses. He's always fighting for the poor masses. He's always giving to the poor. He's always speaking out. He's always speaking out against the government. And so it's up to you, fans. Who is the Messi